I've been a fan of Fire Emblem ever since Three Houses was released, and have never really looked back since. I mean, I knew of the series beforehand, but never really got into it, since I wasn't a big fan of strategic RPG games. I don't really know what this fucking series is called. But since then, I've been trying to make the rounds of trying to play almost every FE game there is. And I've been enjoying going back through. I've been enjoying going back through the older Fire Emblem games. There really hasn't been one that I've really disliked. With me being as indecisive as I am, I had a hard time choosing the next game that I wanted to do an Ironman on. So I put a bunch of Fire Emblem games on a wheel and span it, so that way I did not have to choose and the wheel could choose for me. But dear lord, I did not fucking expect this game. I forgot this one even existed. Play the clip. What will it land on? Nobody knows. Oh fuck. No! No! Shit! Really? Isn't that the one with Roy? Yeah, that's the one with Roy. Fuck! Ah! Remember how I said there wasn't really a game that I extremely disliked? So that was a fucking lie. So I know with what I just said I could potentially piss some people off, but to be honest, I don't know if it's the character designs or the fact that this game has fucking chairs. Wait, yeah, no, it's because this game has fucking chairs. Why on God's green earth did they give 30 a void to fucking thrones? They're basically just sitting on a fucking chair! Why can't I hit the old man? Tell me why! I mean, fuck, I can barely hit people normally. You expect me to be able to hit this shit? Fucking chairs are the bane of my existence every time when I try to play this game, and I've only tried to do it, like, twice, and I've never completed it. So I'm going in with very little knowledge and foresight, so enough bitching, let's just get into the gameplay. So I'm going to do something different from the first video by giving a brief description of what my strategy was and just stating the objective and how I feel about the map. Because I'm not going to fucking upload the video, like, the gameplay raw or something like that, or just make a series out of it. I'm not very good at talking while playing, so this is going to have to do for the time being until I can get more comfortable with that. Anyways, the first chapter of any Fire Emblem game is basically just a non-issue. It's just to get the player into the game, have them know basic mechanics and yada yada yada, so it's practically just an easy clear. But with the first chapter, we all know, is when we get our starting cast of characters. These ones being Roy, Marcus, Lance, Alan, Walt, and Berg. Off the rip, I don't like Roy as much as any of the other lords that are in Fire Emblem. I don't know if it's what to do with his growths or something. His growths aren't really that good looking. Why does this man have an 80 in HP and like a really high growth and look? Like, what the fuck is this? But what is interesting though is that he has the same starting stats as his father does, according to this website. I plan on using Lance and Alan for most of the game, or just basically all of it. At this point in time, I didn't know, but judging from how much XP I front-loaded onto them, I assume they're going to be being used for quite a bit. And none of the other starting casts really caught my attention. I didn't really plan on using Marcus a lot, because I didn't want to take away any of the EXP from any of the others. how much good that fucking did me in the end, but it's whatever. Walt, I have never been a fan of archers in the GBA games. I've just never been a fan. I just don't think they're all that great. And Berg, I just didn't feel like using armored knights. I just didn't feel like using them. So the main siege point is here, and the village is over here. I sent Berg on over to the village because I didn't plan on using him, and I used Lance and Alan for most of the enemies in this chapter, just having them bulk up on EXP, while giving some EXP to Roy and Walt when applicable, mainly just them doing damage. Nothing really happens besides Lance getting into a problematic situation with an axe bro and an archer. And like 30 minutes on debating on whether I was going to use Roy, I mean not use Roy, but of course I'm going to use Roy, but if I was gonna use Berg or give the EXP to Roy. I ended up giving it to Roy. He didn't level up from it though, sadly. And the chapter ending with Lance and Alan being level 3 at the end of the chapter. Chapter 2 is just as straightforward as the first chapter was. The only main difference being is that we have access to a vendor and an armorer. Once again, it's a siege map with us gaining new allies within Ellen, Merlinus, and on turn 2, I think. I don't know when these guys show up. I'm just gonna assume turn 2 because that's when they showed up for me, being Deke, Wade, Lot, and Shauna. My main strat was to take over these 2 forts so I would have an easier time clearing the horde of crap that is on its way to the siege point, and using Deke and Wade respectively to clog up the hole and wait for the rest of the party to come on up and help them. Once again, nothing of note really happens, no tragic or unexpected death, no sad song. It goes super well actually, a lot better than what I thought it was. Wade and Deke having very little issues handling the mob of enemies because, well, they're on fortresses. It gives like fucking 10 or 20 avoid, leading to most enemy units having low hit rates on them, combined with the healing of the fortress, as well as, well, I think they had vulneraries on them as well. They just didn't take much damage, or any damage really that would have concerned me at all, even though they were considerably swarmed with enemies. I know it could have gone south, but it really didn't. Deke got a few crits, and with Wade missing a lot. When everyone meets up, we start storming the hill, leading to a very one-sided victory. While the boss was super tanky, Roy finished him off quite nicely, with some assistance with Lot using his hammer. Chapter 3 is a chapter that I have mixed feelings on. This chapter has a mechanic that I don't really like. Just like its brother, reinforcement units are a mixed bag for me. It's a mixture of the two, of whether I hate them or I like them. My main issue is that it just becomes a slog through most of the chapter. It's just really boring and annoying, getting the same units over and over and over again. But this is a topic for another day that I don't really want to get into right now, so let's just get right back into the gameplay. I want to get this over with because I want to save me editing time, and this video is getting too long as it is already. There's a whole other 3 chapters we have to get into, so I kind of want to get over this quickly. Nothing of note really happens besides, well, one of our new main units that we're not really going to be using almost died, being Chad the Thief. And there is another unit that we can recruit that is right there in that house. His name is
Blue.
I can't pronounce it, so you're just gonna have to deal with that. And we have a house over to our right that has a mend. There are 3 chests inside, containing various things. I don't remember, nor do I care. After all that, we do not use
Blue,
because he was outside of the castle and too far away from the main battlefield to gain really any EXP. So I just used Deke to kill the boss with the Armor Slayer, and I used Chad to loot all the chests inside. Okay, Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is predominantly just a open field, and this may be a map that you all may remember from the Blazing Blade known as False Friends. Neat. This map has 2 new recruitable units, that being Clarine, is that how you say her name? I don't remember, and Rutger. Rutger and his merry band of misfits are fucking ambush units, so you know that they are literally the fucking worst thing in the world. Rutger especially, with him having a killing edge. This map's enemy units predominantly featuring calves could lead to the death of one of our units. Woo! That's always fun. That's always a good time. To get fucking critted and lose the unit because crits exist. Great. I mean, Rutger can literally just do the nothing personal kid to you, and, you know, that's it. There goes the unit. Bye, Marcus, or whoever. This map also has reinforcement units, but not in the way that you think. There are pirates that are just coming in, trying to ransack one of the two towns. I don't remember what the towns have. I'll probably just show it in the video because it's not written down here in the script for some reason. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I'm the one that wrote this shit. And this is being re-recorded, so I don't know. Also, this map this is another map that forces you to bring every single one of your units because for some reason they just can fucking do that now, and that's fun. I mean, granted, that's what it's been like for the past couple of maps, but Jesus, trying to move around 14 bumbling fucks who can't fight is always a fun chore. Shauna didn't have this issue because I literally did not use her at all for the entirety of this map. She literally just visited the villages, and that was it. The pirates, on the other hand, as I said before, they spawn out of two fortresses in the middle of fucking nowhere, and that's cool. And you can literally just use Deke, or when you recruit Rutger, just have him fuck with them. It literally does not matter. There are literally forests there, and they can literally just sit there next to the coast where the pirates come up and just die. But I didn't use Rutger, I just used Deke, and we hurried on over after we recruited Rutger. I forgot to mention that. No one died this chapter, by the way. We hurried on over to the Seas Point, and, well, this is where people start, you know, being able to fucking dodge shit, which is fun, and no one literally could hit this fucker, so, yeah, and that's the end of the chapter. Bye-bye! Chapter 5! No, I'm not talking about this one. Skip! Chapter 6. I literally do not have anything to fucking talk about this goddamn chapter with. Woo! Because the fucking script just fucking talks about random goddamn bullshit. So let's just talk about what happens in the fucking game. Alright? For once in my fucking life on this goddamn video. Alright? Nothing happens besides fucking Roy dying. This is the end. Spoilers! Woo! I don't care. Can you tell that I don't care about this fucking video anymore? This would have been 20 minutes if I did not fucking re-record these last 3 parts. So you're welcome. Yeah, so this is the end. Roy dies because I can't fucking read combat forecast. That's always fun. The main strategy of this was just to have every other unit push through the middle while Lance and Alan flank through the left and right. That was it. Like, some people may or may not have almost died during this chapter, but who cares? I don't fucking know. I don't care. We recruited Sue. She didn't fucking do anything. I didn't even give her a goddamn bow. Because Mr. Throne Man over here could literally dodge anything. I gave Rutger a killing edge, sent Rutger up. He had a 60% hit rate and a 36 crit rate. I thought to myself, this is great. That's a 36. That's a pretty high crit rate. And guess what never happened? I never got a crit. Rutger literally missed 90% of his hits. And it was literally the most embarrassing fight I have ever seen. I literally watched 2 monkeys fucking swing hammers at each other, but literally they were blind monkeys, and neither of them hit. If this ending feels a little rushed, because it is. I am doing this. I am cutting the video off. I do not want this to go on any longer. I have been editing this thing for 3 fucking days, and I am sick and tired of editing this shit. Okay? We good? If you want to suggest ways to make this video to be better, or make it more interesting to watch, you can leave them down in the comments below. I read the comments, actually, even though I don't even get any. I get, like, 1 every, like, century. So, yeah. Also, this was entirely... Also, also, if you like these last 3 chapters a lot more than the other chapters, that would be because I am entirely freeballing this shit. I'm literally not looking at the script because it's not fucking interesting to read. Also, I'm gonna throw up Sue's stats here because I don't think I put them in, so or had anywhere in the video to put them in. So here, enjoy these growth rates. Also, if you want to choose the next game I do an Ironman on, I don't know who the fuck's watching this towards the end, and if you are, wow. Why? And how? I can barely get through fucking editing this shit. How can you get through watching this shit? If you did, could you drop a like, or tell me how much this video fucking sucked in the comments below so I can make it better? That would be great. I would love that. You can even drop a sub if you want. I don't really think you would want to, but it's an option. Anyways, bye. I hope you all have a great day. Peace.